Welcome, dear children, to the class of chemistry. In the first part of this chapter, we discussed about the early attempts of classification of elements. After that, we discussed about Mendeleev's periodic law, its advantages and limitations. Then we learned about the modern periodic law discovered by Moseley. So today we are going to learn about the electronic configuration and position of elements from periodic table. Let's start. Here I am showing you the picture of a periodic table. So many information can be understood regarding an element based on the periodic table, am I right? Can you tell me what all facts that you can gather from the periodic table about an element? From the periodic table, we can gather information such as name, symbol, atomic number, electronic configuration, and physical state of element. So, using these informations, can you find the facts related to the element carbon in the periodic table? So, here it is. Name carbon, its symbol is C, atomic number 6, configuration is 2,4, and it exists in the solid state. Now see the electronic configuration of group 1 elements of periodic table. Did you see any peculiarity in the electronic configuration of outermost shell of these elements? It is clear that the elements in group 1 exhibit similarity in chemical properties. So we can say that chemical properties of elements depend upon the number of electrons present in the outermost shell. Hence, the elements present in the same group exhibit similarity in the chemical properties. So from this what you can understand? The chemical properties of elements depend upon the number of electrons present in the outermost shell. Here the number of electron is 1. So these elements present in the same group exhibit similarity in their chemical properties. Okay. Now analyze the periodic table and write the group and period of the elements given in this table. Find out, is there any relationship between the group number and the number of electrons present in the outermost shell? Children, don't you remember about the periods and groups that we discussed in the last class? Yes, periods are horizontal rows in a periodic table where vertical columns are called groups. So according to the table, we can say hydrogen belongs to first group and it belongs to the first period. Similarly, lithium belongs to first group and second period. Now let's analyze the electronic configuration of group 2 elements. What peculiarity do you see here? Yes, here also the number of electron in the outermost shell is 2 for all the elements belonging to the same group, right? So from this what we can say, the group number is the number of electrons in the outermost shell for the elements in group 1 and 2. That is, for group 1 element, the number of electron in the outermost shell will be 1, and for group 2 element, the number of electrons will be 2. Now observe the electronic configuration of the second period elements from group 13 to 18. What is the difference between the group number and the configuration of the outermost shell? Here it is 10, right? So we get the group number of these elements by adding 10 to the number of electrons in the outermost shell. So let's check. In the case of a boron, the number of electrons in the outermost shell is 3. But the group number is 13. So how did you get this number? By adding 10 with the number of electron in the outermost shell. Is that clear? So let me remind you once again. The group number 4, the first and second group is the number of electron present in the outermost shell. And for group from 13 to 18, the number is got by adding 10 to the number of electron in the outermost shell. Here is a table showing the electronic configuration and a period number of group 1 element. Children, did you find any peculiarity between the shell number and the period number? What about in this table? So now you may got an idea that the number of shells in an element and the number of period to which it belongs are same. For example, in the case of sodium, its configuration is 281. Here the number of shell is 3. So, it belongs to the period 3. Similarly, for calcium, its number of shells are 4. So, it belongs to the period 4. So, children, how will you find the period number? You know that number of shells in an element and the number of period to which it belongs are same. So, in order to find the period number, we have to find the number of shells present in the electronic configuration of an element. Is that clear? In this video, we discussed about the electronic configuration and position of elements in the periodic table. So, it's very important to remember all these points. They are: the chemical properties of elements depends upon the number of electrons present in their outermost shell. Hence, these elements present in the same group exhibit similarity in their chemical properties. The group number of elements belonging to group 1 and 2 is the number of electrons present in the outermost shell. And for group 13 to 18, the group number is got by adding 10 to the number of electrons present in the outermost shell. Dear children, go through this video properly, learn well, read your textbook. Let's meet you in the next class with another new topic. Thank you.